Today we are going to study the last topic on corporate strategy. It's about globalization or geographical expansion. As you already know, that geographical expansion is one of the three dimensions for the corporate label strategy. On the one hand, the multinational corporations may expand their business locally. One day, if you want to analyze the multinational corporation on its growth strategy, you may indicate its local expansion on this dimension. And you may put the new business division regarding the international or global expansion to this direction. Okay, as you also know, this is about vertical integration, and this is for product diversification. So today we are going to study the dimension of the firm's growth on its geographical expansion. This is the scope of the firm. And when you, as a firm, to expand your business vertically, horizontally, or geographically, you may adopt different mode of entry, which is also the way how a firm to do for their corporate transaction, the way of a corporate transaction. We have already studied this topic last week. So starting from the market to the hierarchy. So you may grow your own business either vertically, horizontally, or geographically by your greenfield as a wholly owned subsidiary. Moving to the left, more close to the market transaction, you probably can have merger and acquisition. And then you may probably form a joint venture with your partner firms as an independent entity which can operate independently. And you may also form the strategic alliances of long-term contract. And finally, you may have some spot market transactions. There are different modes of entry and the way of the corporate transaction that you engage with your partner firms. So into the different direction of the corporate growth scope. We will focus on the geographical expansion, and let me switch to the lecture notes. This is the growth scope that I just introduced to you. Globalization, of course, from your international business management course, you already learned about what drives globalization. Okay, so basically, it's driven by technology. Technologies in terms of transportation and telecommunication. So you probably can memorize in a way that the T, 3T, technology, and this technology facilitates more easily accessible transportation and telecommunications. So that when you, as a firm, you do the business, then you don't really need to move from one country to another country to complete the deal and to do your marketing, to do your communications in person. You can utilize all the ways of telecommunications. Okay, so telecommunications can facilitate global businesses and also transportation in terms of the cargo ship or the cargo airplanes that can help to transport the goods from one place to another in another country. So basically, the technologies, the law of the technological change have already driven the realization of global business. Okay. However, when we talk about globalization, it sounds like that we can do every business, every kind of business globally without any distinction of a country. However, we may have more transactions, have more communications with countries regionally. Okay, so there are many regional organizations, trade organizations, in addition to the WTO, the World Trade Organization, right? So I think this is a quick catch up to help you to remind what you have learned from 国际企业管理. Okay, so now we are in 国际策略管理, so we will be focusing on more how a firm or multinational corporation can form globalization strategies and also to implement their globalization strategy. So as you have already learned, the key issues for globalization is about the country difference and the cultural difference. So the cultural difference have huge impact on the consumer preference, okay, and also the way for the consumers to complete the transaction. And also the country difference may have huge impact on the regulation, on the way of exchange and other legal common regulations. Yeah. Multinational corporations actually more revenues coming from globally. This is an example about the movie that have been transacted through Blockbuster. Okay, so as you can see on the slide, the red line indicating the revenue from foreign regions. Okay, so compared to the local sales, here is a list about some big companies like Intel, IBM, and Apple. More than half of their revenues coming from international sales. And this is another example about how will the products to be designed and produced from global partnerships. So this is a Boeing airplane, 787, and you can see the central fuselage made by Italian firms. And the engine, although the GE, the General Electric company, is an American company, but they also use like the Rolls-Royce engine from UK, tires from Bridgestone, which is a Japanese company. So this is already a common practice that you will find global suppliers which are most efficient and can provide you high quality, low cost, and appropriate delivery, good service to you to complete a product. There are several reasons for firms to go global. From inside out, you already have built up your core competencies. So you try to leverage your core competencies into different countries, into foreign markets. So it's quite intuitive. And also you want to realize in the local economics. This is an outside-in perspective. So you try to find some country, their cost of production factors are lower than the ones from other countries. So the factor inputs such as labor, land, capital can be reduced when you have your operation in those countries. As a whole, when you expand your business, you of course can realize the experience economics. So the economics of learning about the average cost of your product can be reduced as long as you have reached a certain amount of experience. So of course the foreign markets can provide more business opportunities so that you can produce more and you can gain your experience from the market side as well as the production side. How do you make your strategic choice on globalization? We usually use the two dimensions, local responsiveness and the cost reduction. So I will switch to my note. When a multinational corporation want to implement their globalization strategy, they always need to consider how much that you need to respond locally. So responsiveness, okay? So high or low. This is about the demand side. For example, even McDonald's also revise their menu items in Taiwan, right? So like most burger, the Japanese company from the Japanese joint venture with Taiwanese company, from time to time they renew their menu items according to the local preferences. The more, if you want to attach to the local demands, then you need to respond to the local preferences, of course you will increase some cost for your preparation. But at the same time, it's not fully responsive to the local preferences, because sometimes the local consumers may also put high value for like global taste. Okay, so for example, the apparel markets, of course there must be some local preferences on the apparel design, but like younger people may want to wear the same dresses like the K-pop stars, American singer, European fashion models. On the one hand, you may want to respond to the local preferences according to their cultural differences or some country requirements. Some are more local preferences, but some demands will still stay with the global tastes. Okay, so how do you do the cost reduction? You want to do the global integration. If the requirements for the cost reduction is high or low,